Hello, everybody. How's it going? I have spoken in the past about my experience with domestic violence, and I have covered it in detail. There are some details I have left out, and I share my story with the hope of helping someone else. But today I read a story. Now, I'm in different avian groups. I own a flock of 8, and so majority of my birds were adopted from breeders. Some came from homes and were homed with me because of whatever reason, but I have been fortunate. So I'm in this group, and this woman shared this story. She goes into this bird store or a feed store, and a store she frequents recently took in 2 African gray parrots. One of them was in perfect shape, the other one was not. The second one had plucked feathers, was cowering and shaking on the stand. The owner of the store let her know that the birds came in from animal control. Their mom had been shopping at the store the lifetime of their existence. Sadly, she was in a serious domestic violence situation, and on New Year's Eve she took her life. The birds were in the home when she passed away, and they were there throughout the entirety of the domestic violence situation. She knew that she was going to be a new mom to this bird, the bird that had harmed himself, because the bird immediately stepped up on her arm. Now, birds end up choosing people. It's just the way it is sometimes. So anyways, she said that he has been exhibiting behaviors where he screams exactly like a woman and yells, "I'm so sorry." And then a man's voice grumbles, and it's incoherent as to what words are coming out of that bird's mouth. Now, birds will mimic whatever they're in, whatever situation they're in. So if they're in a happy situation, they'll mimic happy sounds. If they're not, they will mimic the sounds that they hear from the owners. We're dealing with an animal that has side effects of domestic violence. If you can be assured that an animal can be affected, can you imagine what a child would go through in that same situation? When it came to my experience with domestic violence, my ex-husband did not exhibit those signs around our daughters. He waited until they were asleep, till they were outside playing or taking a nap, etc., before he would strike out at me. It was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. But even though my daughter's father behaved in that manner towards me, and it was outside of their eyesight, earsight, etc., those who are survivors of abuse still live with a certain kind of fear. And then there's a certain amount of protection we have for our children, that we want to shield them from the outbursts and the screaming and the yelling and the cursing and the degradation. We go into fight mode, and we're always on edge. I truly believe that keeps us from parenting without fear. I can say I will not ever say I would go back and change my situation, because then I would not be who I am today, and I would not be sitting here speaking to you, and I would not be able to give you hope that there is life beyond certain relationships. I was called some of the filthiest and most vile names: the B word, the C word, that I was a whore, a slut, that nobody would ever want me. And it has taken a long time for me to silence those voices, to say, no, I am worthy, and I am not what you said I was. So if you're in that type of situation, please know that there is hope. It is scary as hell when you decide you've had enough. What you first have to do is you have to tell someone. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The day I believe I was rescued initially was when I was on the internet playing MSN games when you first got the internet. And then it came down to me admitting to complete strangers that I was in a situation that I shouldn't have been. And they said, you don't deserve this. And then I was able to tell someone, tell a friend, phone a friend, or finally talk to a therapist, etc. So it's not an overnight thing, but you have to take that first step. Even if you write it down on a piece of paper and you hand it to a doctor or someone that delivers your pizza, tell someone, because other people are willing to help. I can guarantee you, because other people have been in that same exact situation before. So even if you have to comment here and let me know, just somehow reach out. I know we're limited here. I know if you comment here with the name of your police department or whatever, I can possibly reach out and get them to you and let them know. But other than that, please reach out. Please do something. Don't allow yourself to continue to remain in a situation, or your children and animals to remain in a situation, because no one deserves this. So anyways, I hope this helps, and I will be back.